Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Let's paint a new portrait. Hello Jonas, hello Ruby, hello Leanne, hello Nilu. Okay, today I'm gonna paint Natalie Portman. Okay, the photograph is in the description box. You can find the link to the photograph. Okay, let's start sketching. I'm gonna pick up a brush. I usually use synthetic brushes. Mostly I use synthetic brushes. Okay, I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna start painting with raw umber. Just raw umber. Okay, I'm gonna mention the colors. The colors first. I have titanium white, cadmium yellow, cadmium orange, cadmium red, permanent alizarin crimson, raw umber, cobalt blue, and lamp black. Okay. Hello Sylvia, hello Nas, hello Marius, hello Jim, hello Maria. Okay, since I'm squinting down my eyes and basically I can see pretty easily shadows and lights. Okay, sometimes I start with a drawing, sometimes I just start painting directly, and it just depends on the image. If I got enough information about values, sometimes it's gonna be easier to start just with values. In this case, for example, I can just start with values. I don't want to use too much paint. Just raw umber, no medium, and I'm gonna just try to get the overall shape. Okay, let's say something like this. Okay, hello Bob, drink water, hello Lika, hello Dora, hello Manuel, hello Sharon. Okay, let me see, this is the face is gonna be here. I'm trying to copy just values. I'm squinting on my eyes. For example, this area of the face, what I'm trying to copy is just this shape. Okay. After I copy that, I'm gonna go with the drawing. I'm gonna draw on top of these values that I'm planning to just paint first. Keep squinting down my eyes. I see this like a simple, flat shape. In this case, like a rectangular shape. Okay. Now I always thinking about proportions. Okay. Always. We all know this. From the eyebrow to the bottom of the nose is usually the same distance from the bottom of the nose to the bottom of the chin. Okay, I keep in that to keep some proportions. Now you see that that's gonna fit every face. I mean, no, I mean maybe just few persons got those proportions pretty accurate. But usually it's not the case. But it helps a lot. Okay, we want to get the likeness, but one thing is for sure, we want first get proportions. Sometimes when we don't have the proportions, there is no purpose in trying to get the likeness when the proportions are not okay at the very beginning. First proportions and then likeness. Okay, for example, from the bottom of the nose here, I split this in two, and usually I see the face here. Okay, if I don't make these marks and I just throw, let's say, this here, the mouth here. That means that I'm copying what I see, but at the same time I'm always thinking about proportions. Sometimes it just, we don't make visible what we think was the thought process. Sometimes it's just for us, we apparently we throw just some marks, some brush strokes, and what it looks maybe sometimes kind of pretty intuitive, but usually there's not too much intuition. It's more about practice and creating what's it called, second memory, something like that. I don't remember. Okay, here. Hello, exploring history. Hello, Salvador. Okay. Let me check out. I'm squinting down my eyes and comparing. Remember, I always have the photograph next to my canvas. Next, same size. Using my computer, I have my screen here. That means that I can change the size of the photograph. Usually I do that before start the painting session, and in this way I'm adjusting that, making a little bit bigger or smaller. Okay. I think right now we can see the face. Okay. I can see the face. Okay. Now, okay, I'm gonna pick up a smaller brush. I'm gonna continue using raw umber, and I'm going to draw. That means that I'm not, now this is, let's say, just about values. Now imagine that I'm gonna use a pencil, and I go for a linear approach. Okay, I draw and I compare. I draw, I trace a line, and I compare it with the photograph. Okay. When I say I compare, basically I'm saying that I'm moving my eyes. I'm pinpointing my eyes from the photograph to the painting. Sometimes I do that really fast. Okay. I squint down my eyes. I close one eye sometimes. Okay. Let's see. The advantages of working with a photograph next to your painting is that you can use a brush and do this and see if your drawing is okay. Check out the alignment of your drawing with the painting. And this is something that I got used to use, not because it doesn't come from me, for example, because I'm painting for a photograph. I use this when I used to paint from live models. How I used to do that? Okay, I have the painting here, and usually the model was just, I move my easel, I move my canvas to see the model kind of next to my canvas. Okay, and it was kind of easier to compare a lot. This thing about alignment, this thing that wasn't possible because sometimes the size of the models, the model was different from the size of my canvas. But getting the model here, pretty close, it was really helpful to compare. Okay, I got this linear approach. I'm squinting down my eyes. Another thing that you gotta always remember, we draw positive spaces and negative spaces. For example, here, this smaller area, that's what we call a negative space. Okay? Here, for example, this is another negative space. Even all this area, if we just use the frame of the photograph, this is a negative space. Okay, that means that we gotta switch from trying to copy the shape, positive space, and then switch and try to copy this. By doing that, we get even closer to get the likeness. Okay, I'm gonna add some color. Let's see how many values we can see on the face. We can count. Obviously, there are a lot of values, but we can count at least 3 or 4 values, like light, mid-tone, and shadows. Okay, today I'm gonna try to do something simpler. Okay, with this raw umber, I'm gonna keep the darker shadows that I see on the photograph. It's basically here, here, here. Okay, and I'm gonna go with a mid-tone. It's gonna be orange and white. Now, if you plan to paint from my using my video, you can start with a drawing. You can trace the drawing and then add values. You know that at the end is the same. I started with values, and then I drew. Okay, it was kind of a reverse mode, but I could start with the drawing and then add the values. At the same is the same. At the end is the same. Okay, once you got to this point, one way or the other, you're gonna get at this point. What we have here, basically just one color, raw umber. Okay? Now I'm preparing the skin color. I'm using just orange, raw umber, and white. No more colors. You're gonna add colors later, not now. We don't need a lot of colors now. We don't want to complicate things at the very beginning. Okay. What I'm trying to get here is not the color of the light that I see light in this area. It's not the color that is getting close in this area to the edge. That's a little bit darker. I'm trying to get a mid-tone. Not too much paint. And once I got the mid-tone, I'm gonna paint everything just like it's something flat. All the light side of the face, obviously. I'm using a synthetic brush, not using too much paint. Remember, that's important because what's gonna happen is next I'm gonna add more paint, but I'm gonna add a different value, a lighter value or a darker value. And I'm gonna be mixing colors here on the painting. The same way that we mix colors on the palette, I'm gonna be mixing colors on the paint. Okay, now imagine that you have traced the drawing. Yeah. Right now, you just be careful. You gotta see the drawing, a little bit of the drawing. Now, recommend always a toned canvas, a gray canvas. Why? Because if let's say that this canvas was white, definitely this color should look a little bit lighter by now. And another thing that I could see the blanket areas, some areas without paint, and that's kind of annoying. See some white areas of the canvas. Now I see some areas without paint, but it's okay for me because of the tone of the canvas. Because of the tone of the canvas, I mean that those spaces without paint doesn't bother me too much. Hello Marius, Marius telling me any advice for painting from tablet and or laptop photos? In this scenario, matching color is a little bit difficult for me. Okay, hello Farah. Thank you for sharing your turn. Okay, thank you. Hello Michael, how are you? Yeah, okay. As you can see, I just did paint a La Prima here. I'm trying to, finish up a painting in 3 hours. This thing about matching colors, I care about that, but it's on the process, and I do a little bit of digital painting too, but not that much, to be honest. In fact, I have another channel just for the digital paintings. And the thing is, kind of my process, let's say that is similar for digital painting or traditional painting. I go like applying more and more paint. As more paint I apply, I'm changing color, I'm changing values. And like everybody else, I'm trying to match the photograph, but to get a perfect match, that's gonna be, that's gonna be no for a 2 or 3 hours session. Okay, that's gonna be pretty. That's gonna be pretty difficult. That's a different plan. That's a different technique. The same for digital painting. Now the advantage obviously about digital painting is that we can just change color so easily, so easily. We don't need to add more paint. We can just change the color, make it lighter, make it darker, or more or less contrast. Yeah. Okay. Now I got this flat. If somebody's gonna use the video like I mentioned before, you got a drawing. You got all dark with raw umber. Yeah? Now what you have, this orangey color, it's a knockdown orange. It was just orange and raw umber, nothing more, and white. Okay? Nothing more. Don't look for more things. Don't look for, what, the red, I got a different red, I got something special. No, this is cadmium orange. It's just Winton from Winsor & Newton. Even it's the student grade. There's nothing special about all these colors. Okay. Now I got that. Now I can start. I don't have too much paint. I can start mixing a darker color here and a lighter color here. And I'm gonna have a color for the lights and a color for, let's say, a mid-tone, a darker mid-tone. Okay? Okay. Now before that, I gotta go over the background, because the background is pretty important. What the color we decide to paint the background is gonna affect definitely the face. Okay? Now, I love the photograph. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep those colors. I just love them. If I change something, yeah. No, I'm gonna keep those colors. Sometimes, maybe I'm gonna change something about temperature. Since I'm gonna have this area, skin color, a warm color, a warm background. Maybe I can just cool the color of the shadow. Okay, that's an option. Or I can make it even warmer. That's another option. Or a combination. Usually a combination is more natural, because that's what usually happens. When the light that comes from here is warm, we have a cool shadow and a reflected warm light. That means that the shadow is going to be warm and light colors living there together. Okay? Let's pick up a little bit of yellow here. And I see the background is kind of yellow ochre. I want to see what happens if I just add more color here. Now, copying the photograph, I'm just enhancing saturation. I'm gonna try to do that. Let's see if that works. Let's see if change the painting and something makes the painting a little bit better in terms of color. Okay, I like it. Some contrast is always welcome. Now I think I could darken up, you know, up here. Yeah. There. Just checking, thinking what to do. Okay. Oh, if you like, I mean, usually, kind of 90% of people is usually see my videos, watch my videos. Yeah, I appreciate it. You hit the like button. That helps my channel. Okay, just thinking. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's think about what we know, not what we see. Okay, we got warm light. Yep, yep. This warm light is gonna hit something here. It's gonna bounce back. Yep. Okay. Following that, we can just warm up this color, and we can do it a lot. Okay. Now, that's gonna be enough. I think I can go a little bit up, just there. Yeah. Here I can keep a neutral brownish shadow, or I can cool down the shadow there if I want to exaggerate color. Okay, let's see what happens if I just cool the color a lot. I'm using cover blue and lizard crimson and white. Not too much paint yet. If you like to add a lot of paint, wait. Okay. Yeah. I have an option there. Now one thing, I don't know if I'm gonna keep those colors. Okay. I'm just trying to see, create some contrast, exaggerate what I see on the photograph. Now, because of my canvas is gray, I added yellow. I got some green here. I don't like this green that much. I prefer just like the photograph, some brownish color. But I gotta wait. I gotta wait. Okay, hello, just casual. Hello, Alvain or Beaton. Sorry about pronouncing names. Hello, Samo Art. Hello, Far is asking me, I have seen you using different combination of colors when painting portraits. How did you determine that? Okay, yeah, okay, that's, okay. I mean, I usually use the same, the same colors. For skin color, something normal for me, use orange and knock down orange. The skin color, you get the skin color by doing that. Okay, and what is about temperature? That's about temperature, I'm following what any color theory book says. This information, you can find this information in any color theory book. It's just there. Yeah. And you know, it's a kind of painting and trying to teach something, and uh, the idea, you know, about knowing something is that you can just cross information, you know, because we usually, when we learn to paint, we gotta go over the same information again and again, again and again. It's basically a repetition, what we call practice. Okay? And for people that have been watching my videos, you know that I go, for example, this, I'm gonna mix orange. Sometimes I just mix yellow and red to create orange. Sometimes I use orange directly, it's the same at the end. I'm gonna knock down this color. And about temperature, it's just about what you want. Temperature is there, it's in nature. We don't invent it, that. We just, as painters, we decide just sometimes to enhance that, to exaggerate that, to create more contrast. We decide to do that in purpose. Some decide just to copy exactly the photograph, and some just love to make little changes. And I think for, yeah, maybe I'm wrong about this, but for what I know, I think mostly people love to make some little changes, because that's something amazing that what we can do with painting, you know, some subtle changes to enhance color. Yeah. Now, just I got here a lighter version of this color. I used the same colors: raw umber, orange, and white. Okay. Now, what I have here, look at this shape. Somebody is planning to work with my video. Look at the shape, it's pretty simple. Yeah? Now here, same, and now here. All the lights are not the same, okay? We need to see where's going to be our lightest light. But when we begin to just apply the lights, we can just paint the same lights everywhere. Here, 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 and here. And later we are going to adjust that. Okay? Oh, I didn't answer any question. Okay, yeah, I did. I think I did it. Hello, Theo. Thank you. What's your preference on bristle, natural, or synthetic? Oh, all my brushes, all the brushes I use are synthetic brushes. Hello, Barbara. Hello, it's Mr. Camille. Thank you. Hello, universe. When painting a la prima, can I paint in 2 days? Yeah, we can do whatever we want. But when we say a la prima, it's usually one session. It could be a session of 2 hours, 4 hours, 6, 8, but usually it's just one session. You know, but think about this. You paint, let's say, 2 hours, the rest an hour, you continue painting the same day, that you can consider that a la prima. Now, it's not a challenge. Okay, it's not like, hey, you know, I'm gonna paint a la prima and I gotta finish up a painting just one day. No. No. I mean, you can continue painting. Nobody's gonna tell you to know that. No way. I mean, no way that nobody's gonna tell you, no, you cannot paint next day. Yeah. Okay, I got now light. Yep. Now I'm going to drop a brush. I'm gonna use a brush for to clean up, to blend. Oh my god, I forgot my brushes out. Just 1 second, 1 second. Okay, left the brushes just outside. I was cleaning them. Okay. Okay, I got a synthetic brush, round brush, but you can see the stage of this brush. You know, it's just at the end of its life. At this point, this brush is pretty nice for blending. I use just the tip of the brush. Okay. Okay, that's enough. We don't need to blend that much. Not now. We're gonna add more paint. Okay. Hello universe. Okay, I painted a portrait on a prima in 8 hours. Yeah, that's pretty good, universe. Universe is asking me how to clean the brushes after painting. I used tropenoid, you know, but this eventually all the brushes end up in some like this one. Yeah, but that's okay. I just use tropenoid. You know, the ones that I usually bought in a hardware store. Okay, now let's prepare a different color here. Again, orange, raw umber, touch of white. Now I'm gonna add another color here, red, white, a little bit more red. Okay, now a mid-tone. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna use this mid-tone here on the nose. Let's see a dark mid-tone here on the cheek. Here on the chin. Okay. Yeah. Knock down this mid-tone a little bit more with raw umber and white. You see a difference between this and this? This one is going to be for the forehead. Okay, because I mean, I cannot add this more saturated color everywhere. Okay. And even knocking down this a little bit more, raw umber and white. Here for the mandible, in the neck. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now let's go back to this color here. I'm gonna create a reddish variation here. we need a little bit of pink here and here. How much? It's up to you. You can exaggerate those colors. Yeah, go ahead. I'm not saying that what I'm doing is about copying exactly the photograph. Okay, remember, we paint what we see, we paint what we know. And once you know that some areas of the skin are reddish, you gotta paint them. At some point, you're gonna realize that you don't even need to see the photograph to paint those areas, because the cheek obviously is pinky, the nose, the chin. It's gonna be about just trying to match the value, because you know already what color is there. Okay. I can do the same here. A lighter pink, and here. Okay. Now I have a shadow here. It's kind of warm. Yeah. Yeah. Now I can keep it like that. I can knock it down. Now I got this warm shadow. What about if I repeat the same warm shadow here? Because there is a cast shadow from the hair. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit darker in a minute. Yeah, that's too light. Okay. Now, obviously from here you can continue changing color. Let's say that you don't like the color. You compare and you think, hey, I don't like it. Yeah. What about if we add more orange? Now remember, this stage just was flat at the beginning, then light, then a mid-tone, then a reddish variation, and we can continue adding paint and changing this. What if I want to make this more orangey? Not that pinky, a little bit yellowish. We gotta keep a little bit of that red, okay? But we can change the color a little bit. Nobody told you you're gonna stay with the same. Now, another thing that maybe right now somebody's painting this, you got the skin color all orangey, or all the skin color is all kind of pre-mute, milky, How are we gonna fix that? By adding more paint. That's the only thing that we need to do. No more. We need to add more and more paint. What we're gonna respect? Light and shadows and midtones. Okay? Remember, everybody is you're gonna listen everywhere. Value is king on painting. There's a phrase, out there that says, value makes all the hard work and colors takes the credit. Okay? Now remember that when we start to change color and we go like, hey, I love this orangey color, hey, that's pretty good, and then all of a sudden you continue doing here, and what's happening? You start killing the shadows. That's something pretty common. That happens so often. For some reason, it's kind of, we hate shadows. We don't like them. We don't like those darker colors. And we tend to just knock down those colors, light up those colors. Okay? And if we don't have shadows, we don't see light. Okay. Or let's say in a different way, we don't have shadow, we don't have contrast. You know, because a painting could be pretty light, and definitely it's going to be lighter. But without shadow, we don't see contrast. And usually contrast makes the colors glow. Okay, I'm going to mix a little bit of black and white. Just 1 second. Okay, let's continue. Hello, Roman. Hello, Roman. How are you doing? Hello, Lorenzo. On the left side, where you have a reference photo, do you have a computer monitor, tablet, or is the photo printed? Oh no, I'm using a program that is called OBS. That program just allows me to place the photograph on the screen. You know, here's the photograph. I can move it and can put text and all of that in. The program is OBS. It's free. Somebody, you know, one day is planning to do the same. Yeah, you just download the program and you're free to use it. Hello, Garu. Hello, Farah. I have to find a good bulk on color here. Yeah, yeah. Hello, Bob. Let's ask. Oh, Roman is saying, I noticed that you sometimes use cat orange mainly here on YouTube and sometimes not in Patreon. Yeah, I try to use it. I tried to kind of use it the same amount in Patreon. In Patreon is kind of, I use orange, I use red, yellow, I use yellow ochre. Yeah, but maybe if you see that I don't use that much. That is not intentional, but in my head I'm thinking that I gotta use, you know, like the same proportion. Here in YouTube, it's different. In YouTube, I'm speaking about Patreon. I'm speaking about the paint along lessons that I have on Patreon. And YouTube, I feel more freely to, you know, to kind of change my mind when it's about starting out the painting. I can sometimes I just do the things at the moment. You know, I follow the same rules all the time, but let's say that I don't have a structured way to do it. In Patreon, it's different because it's more like a practice and exercise, and it gotta be more systematic because you know, people is paying for to learn, and when it's about learning and you're painting alone, you need a more systematic way to do it. Here's kind of something like that, but at the same time I got some freedom, you know, because I don't know why. I mean, kind of difficult. Maybe because there are a lot of people watching me. Yeah. Maybe because of that. I don't know. Yeah. There is some kind of freedom on YouTube, you know. Patreon is more like a classroom. And for the people that wants to join my Patreon, that's the link on the description box. The link is on the chat box. You can see the link there. You can join just for $4 per month and paint along with me Saturdays. Saturdays in the morning. Every Saturday we paint. We don't paint portraits on the lower tier. That's $4 per month. We paint landscapes, animals, and what else? We painted still lives. Yeah. Paint a lot, like once a week. Yeah. And obviously you have access to all the recorded lessons. That would be more than 100 on the $4, membership. And for $9, you got access like kind of 200 recorded paint along lessons. Okay. Roman is saying, I noticed that you. Oh, already read that question. Hello, exploring Lorenzo. You teach us confidence of painting. Came from 2 generations of painters. Oh, that's good. Hello, Bob Lee Sachs. Thank you, Farah. Mm. Okay, okay. I need to. I think I got proportions. I got color. I like it a little bit more with the last touches of orange that I added here. Some touches. Okay, I need more contrast. Yeah, you see my first layer is pretty transparent on the hair. Now I can go thicker. Now, if you like to paint, any one of you, like with a lot of paint, now here's the moment, Don't hold you back. You can just add a lot of paint. But try to follow that what is established. It's just like this. The hair is dark, yeah? Don't paint the hair light when it's dark. Yeah? This area is light, light. Here next is a little bit darker, darker. Light, shadow. Just we need to respect as much as possible values. Now, for beginners, it's gonna take a little bit of time. I don't know how much time, but so I mean, for me, it took me some years. I don't want to discourage anyone, but it's just like that. I don't know why. I'm speaking about value control, trying to respect. Because remember, when I was a student, perfectly sometimes I got the shadow, light, midtones, and all of a sudden all my painting was lighter. And all of a sudden, it's like the shadows go away, vanished, disappeared. And I didn't even notice. Without shadows, we don't see lights, and basically that affects the volume. Without shadows, the face starts to look a little bit flat, a little bit flat, a little bit flat. Okay. I love this shadow here. I gotta go over those shadows again. I love this red here. I wanna see if I need to knock down. Remember that I established that just at the very beginning. Okay. Yeah. I'll heard saying what kind of brush are you using for the fine details? Yeah, for the fine details I use these liner brushes, number 00 or 0. Yeah, I usually I used to buy a bunch of them, like a set of 6 of these brushes. Is here is just like $2, maybe less. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, no, don't worry about details when we're still working on. Details are the last things that we need to be worried about. And sometimes we finish up a painting. We can finish up a painting without details. It's not like we need details to finish up a painting. You know. I'm using pure black here. I need let's say the darker value to be able to judge all my values. Is like when we have at hand a value scale. I think I have a value scale here. No, I don't have it. I had it here, but it's not here anymore. A value scale. Now, value scale is to remember us. We gotta move. Oh, here's the value scale. You know, we gotta move from the darker value to a lighter one. Okay? We need all those values on the painting. Okay, I'm just comparing and thinking right now about my drawing. What I'm gonna do, okay? Alvan or Alvin is the same. Am I correct in thinking it is best to have a stiff action brush or small detail work? For a small detail work. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's right. Universe is saying, so when portrait is flat, more shadows. Yeah, exactly. The more shadows we add, we see more light. You know, but okay, but it's about control. You know, remember that it's about the amount. Sometimes I remember one of my I told a guy once I was painting on my studio. You know, I started to teach on my studio a few years ago. I told him like, hey, you know, you need more shadows, and I went away for like a 20 minutes. And I said, be back in 20 minutes. Okay, when I came back, his painting was completely dark. I said, what happened? Yeah, I started to add it, you know, darker colors, brown and all of that. And 90% of the painting was dark. Even the lights were dark. And I told him, okay, when you add shadows, just to the shadow areas, when you wanna make some colors darker, you wanna make just those colors that you see that are dark. It's just like using a TV control. Somebody remembers those old TV controls that we can just control contrast so easily than new TVs today that I never can kind of able to find the way to light up the screen, add more contrast. My son has to do that because it's like, what's happening? I don't, you know. But on old TVs it was so easy, and just to control contrast, add more color and all of that. And contrast is that, you know, it's lighting up lights, darkening up shadows. Yeah. It's not darken up everything, it's not light up everything. We gotta move from kind of in the middle, from the mid-tones to lights and from the mid-tones to shadows. I kind of like it, you know, kind of like the idea of leaving some brush strokes. But one thing that I wanted about today's painting is to soften the surface. Okay. Roman is asking me, how do you prepare the canvas before painting? Oh, by the way, you can ask me any question. Everybody feel free to ask me questions. If you feel that maybe your question is obvious, okay, go ahead, shoot. You know, in painting is like that. I got, asked the same questions again and again, over and over. That's okay. That's okay. We all have the same doubts. Feel free to ask me, okay? In this way, you keep me talking. Okay, I use gesso, 3 layers. Okay, I apply the gesso with a ruler, a plastic ruler. In this way, I don't sand, the canvas between layers. Okay, and then I add acrylic to tone down the canvas, to tone the canvas with acrylic. I have gray with a lot of water, and I add the gray on the surface, and I got this transparency. Okay. Now, this thing about preparing the canvas, it varies a lot. Okay. Now, I love gesso or gesso because of its flexibility, but I used to prepare my canvases with paint. The paint that is just for walls, to paint the house. It's pretty common here in my country that students, not just students, painters in general, they use, because it's an acrylic, okay? It's the same as gesso, it's an acrylic. But just the best quality, not the cheaper one. Now, for people that don't know about that, you're not gonna notice the difference when you see the end product. Gesso and the paint for the walls it's an acrylic. Both are acrylics. That means that if I don't tell you what it is, nobody's gonna be able to notice the difference. No way to notice the difference. Doesn't matter how hard we try, no way to know. You have prepared the canvas with paint for a wall or with gesso. Hello, Monique. Hello, Oscar. Eh, where do you put the painting when it's finished? Oh, I have another question, Universe. How do I add shadows on a portrait in front perspective? Oh, I didn't get the question. Sorry. Can you ask me again? Maybe using different words. Please. prepare here some dark orange and alizarin crimson. A little bit of raw umber and alizarin crimson. Just pure alizarin crimson. Let's blend a little bit. Okay, university me, where do you put the painting when it's finished to dry, when you have more space? Okay, yeah. When you have a small space, yeah, no, I don't know what to suggest. I have some space here, and then I just, you know, I kind of put the painting everywhere, anywhere, anywhere here on my space. Like where I paint is a tiny space, but I have more space in this house, and I just move the painting. Sometimes I just hang the painting on the wall, or just put it on a table. Yeah. There was a time that I used to live just on a room, just in one room. I have my easel and I have a bed, usually kind of next to the easel, and that was it. No more things in my paint, my oil paint. Uh, and I remember at that time it was like I used to uh, just try to finish up one painting as much as possible, then move to the other painting. I used to take the painting to an art gallery, or go to my dad's house and store the paintings there. Later I got a bigger studio, for saying some way, with some friends. We rented an apartment, the second floor, and there I started to paint like 3, 4 paintings at the same time, maybe more. But that wasn't a good idea. At the end, I ended up with, until today, I got some paintings, like unfinished paintings, just there. Like they've been there for kind of years, when I didn't have too much space. I had to finish up the paintings, in order to move to the other painting, because I didn't have too much space to kind of keep like 5, 10 paintings with me. It was better at that time, in terms of producing more paintings. I'm making this light a little bit warmer. That was pretty nice at that time. I always remember those times, because I used to kind of wake up in the middle of the night, and my easel was there, and it was like, oh, let's paint. That means that I could paint anytime, day or, or, night. This color has to be a little bit reddish. Remember the area where you're painting and what color is there. Just a face. It's kind of simple. It's reddish areas, nose, cheek, chin, upper and lower eyelid. Sometimes a little bit on the forehead. Sometimes it depends on the photograph. Okay, and remember what we have. I have established at the very beginning about light, shadows, midtones. We gotta keep that always. Okay, you see me. You wanna see me moving here? Maybe light up, darken up the color, but I'm gonna move just on the same areas. If I move to the nose, you're gonna see me picking up a reddish color for the nose, for the shadow. Okay. For example, if you see me moving on this area here on the nasal bone, usually I'm gonna pick up a little bit of green. I'm gonna paint, I'm gonna add some light, but that's gonna be a greenish light. Okay. And the same way there is some little bit of green here. How much you exaggerate the green is up to you. The neck, a little bit of green too. Now check out my videos, you're gonna see me just painting the same colors and the same spots again and again. That's kind of safe, sometime about knowing where I'm gonna put the colors. Okay, that's not gonna make obviously the painting better at once, knowing that, but at least you have something, less to think about. When you get used to that, you can go automatically with practice on those areas and not making a mistake about color or values. And then you concentrate more about what's the more important about painting a portrait, get volumes. For example, volume here on the nose has to look rounded here. At some point, after establishing all those values, we gotta think about primary form. Okay, when we paint the face, it's a lot of spherical forms, like here. It's kind of spherical, And if somebody's having problems about that, it could be a good idea to go back to practice something as simple as just drawing a sphere. Okay, that helps a lot. Monique saying that her studio is like an air shape. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, I feel happy with what I have right now here. It's been like an hour. Yeah, it's been like an hour. It's pretty nice. Okay, it's not about me trying to paint faster, but I gotta check out the time, I gotta check out the time, just that. More questions? once we establish all the values, we gotta continue moving there, like adjusting. There's gonna be a lot of back and forth, you know, lighting up, darkening up, trying to keep the drawing. I need a fan brush. I got one here. Okay, I cannot find my fan brush. Got a couple of tiny fan brushes. Well, I found one, but looks like I forget to clean this up and pretty stiff. I got these ones. These ones are softer. Sometimes I just don't use them that much. But we can use them to soften, you know, a lot the surface. I'm trying to clean up this brush, this fan brush, really fast. Okay. We're just gonna add some black and white. Okay. Now I know that the light is not bluish. Yeah, you can see so clearly the light is kind of, you know, yellow ochre, kind of orangey. Okay. Yeah, I just want this to pop a little bit. Okay. It's cool color, warm color, warm color, lighter color. It's gonna create more contrast. If I make it orangey, it's gonna just boom. It's gonna reset just with this one, unless I make it bright. But not. I mean, that's not the final color. Yeah. Okay. Mm. Okay. Let's work on some details. I need to. I need to work on the eye. I'm gonna see. I got a highlight here. Yeah, that's the highlight. She has brown eyes. Yeah. I think I can exaggerate the light on the eye. Yeah. Maybe some cadmium yellow. Let's see. Yeah, what about there? Raw amber and alizarin crimson. Okay. Do you think it's working, this yellow here on the eye? I want to make the eye a little bit more transparent. You know, like same way like when the sun hits our eyes. Hello, John. Oh no. Yeah. If it's possible in the near future, you can show us the painting of your mother, father, and okay. Oh, Monique is telling me the same. Okay. You never saying how long the painting need to dry before varnish. 6 months. No, it depends how much paint you. No, if you paint with a lot of with thicker paint, you gotta wait more. But I have waited sometimes just a couple of weeks. Sometimes when I don't add it too much paint. Jonas is telling me, how do you have any tips of how to paint in layers using a La Prima? Like should you leave the light part and work around it? Yeah, that's a good idea. That's okay. Yeah, kind of what I do, you know. I separate at the very beginning light, midtones, and shadows. Yeah, and it's pretty similar. Yeah. No, you're saying maybe you leave the canvas without paint. Yeah, that's okay too. It's kind of the same. Mm, checking the eye and checking the eye. Yeah, that's okay. I wanna get her expression. Yeah, I think I gotta maybe close her eye a little bit. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe the lower eyelid. Okay. work on the eyebrow. Okay, let's see. Jim is asking me, what's the difference between raw umber and burnt umber? Can you use either? Yeah, yeah, that's okay. It's just brown. It's a darker brown. It's, obviously I don't use the raw umber like pure. Always I add a little bit of alizarin crimson, a little bit of red. Sometimes I use burnt sienna. I add some ultramarine blue. hmm I see, and yes, that's a good way. And what do you do? What you do as well? Yeah, there is, it's kind of we study in some way, and we ended up making a few changes. But the way we apply the paint is pretty similar between all painters. That's because of the material, the way that oil paint behaves. Every time that one thing that's difficult sometimes when we lay down more paint, is control what's gonna happen, because we're gonna lay down the paint and we think the color is gonna stay the same. And when everything is wet, the painting got mixed, on the canvas. And when we got used to that, we don't see any problem. Like, we know what's gonna happen. But when we are not used to that, we think that it's like just the mixing is just on the palette, and then you mix a lot on the palette. You lay down the brush stroke, and you wait for, you kind of hope, that it's gonna stay like there. But what happens here on here is kind of a living thing, the oil paint kind of move, and we don't notice that little movement that happens, and all of a sudden we started with a really tight drawing, and at some point we kind of lost the drawing. You say, well, what happened? It's just there that the painting kind of moved. And we got used to that, and we know what's gonna happen. It's just the same for every material, for oil paint, for watercolor. Any material has its own things that we need to learn and we need to control, because that's the way that's gonna be. We're not gonna force the oil paint just to behave like acrylic or watercolor. That's not gonna happen. That's why we think sometimes that a painter, an oil painter, because it's an oil painter, is going to be able to paint maybe with watercolors, and maybe that's going to be kind of easier. No, it's going to be a struggle, because it's kind of we got used to one way of work, and kind of switching this way of work, like from oil paints to acrylics, watercolor, is kind of, speaking a different language. Yeah. We need to get used to materials. It's not that easy. If we are, working with oil paints, and all of a sudden we think that we're gonna be able, because we have a lot of experience with oil paints, to be able to get away with a nice watercolor for the first time. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, the difficult thing here is gonna be the eye. This eye. Obviously, I'm not planning to paint too many details on the eye, because I don't see that much. It's gonna be better if I keep it just that way. What I mean is trying to keep the same softness. And if the photograph I see something blurry, I try just to copy the same. Keep it blurry on the painting. keep it blurry, kind of on focus or out of focus. Okay, got a lot of brushes here. I need a highlight, white with yellow. And when I'm speaking about this thing about materials, I speak on my own, because of my own experience, because I tried that. I tried to work in watercolor, and I couldn't get any result, and I kind of gave up because I knew that there's gonna need a lot of practice, and at that time I remember kind of struggling with oil paints, couldn't get what I want, and get into trying to, how do you say, tame, trying to, get used to a different material. That was just, that didn't look logical for me at that time. But I have seen some of my friends that they kind of work pretty good with watercolors and oil paints. Yeah. But it's kind of, they don't get to the point that master like oil paints and watercolor to the point like you say that, wow, that's, this guy kind of mastered this, like to the point that this no more. Yeah. Well, speaking about some friends, just that. And that's just my opinion, because pretty sure there's so many people out there able to paint amazingly with oil paints, watercolor, acrylics, and all any material. For me, I love, for example, pastels, because I used to use them a lot. You know, that's another thing that start to practice, practice, practice. You see results you liked. No, I remember thinking like I was good with pastels just because I don't know, some kind of, it's just like my thing. But it's not that. It's just like it's practice. It's just practice. Mm. Oh, hello, Dennis. Dennis is back. Oh, okay. John is saying, I have seen few painters do a watercolor background, then continue with the oil. It's a common thing. Oh no, no, it's acrylic. Maybe what you have seen is some painters using acrylic and then continue with oil. Yeah, that's, but no watercolor. Watercolor, no, no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure not. I mean, yeah, it's just first acrylic and then oil paints. Yeah, that's. Let's say that's pretty common. Yeah, that's okay. You know, that's we can do that. I used to paint. I have painted so many paintings just using that, like to save some time, because acrylic dries really fast. I paint like the first stage. Let's consider this is the first stage of this painting. You know, and imagine that I'm painting with acrylics. Definitely, it's going to be dry, and that put me in a position that next with oil paints I can glaze something that we're not able to do it with oil paints until the oil paint is dry to the touch. Okay, as I continue painting the face and kind of paying attention to smaller details, for example, what happens here in this area of the face, things that we know, for example, you can keep a little bit of a sharp edge here on the upper lip, okay? But we should soften the upper lip as it goes to the corner of the mouth. Okay, we gotta always try to do a little bit of that. That's the way that how we represent with, you know, the edge and light and shadow, how we represent the mouth, and create the illusion that the mouth is not flat, that it's not on a flat surface. No, this is not enough to, you know, to listen this once. It's something that we gotta repeat and repeat and repeat. And the best thing is just when we, you know, start working on the features, just start thinking like, you know, we just gonna just apply the same thing that we do about values, midtones, light, shadows, the primary form on that area. Like on the mouth, I gotta think, hey, there is some cast shadow, you know, from the upper lip to the lower lip. What's the primary form of cylinder? You know, and the values and all of that, the edges, and that smaller area. What's happening here? Yeah? The same for the nose, the same for the eyes. Hey, something not okay with the eye here. Yeah, I don't see that I got expression on her eye. Maybe it could be the eyebrow. Okay, I don't know. I'm checking out the shadows. I have to darken up something or light up something. And I think I have to darken up here. Mm. Okay. Hello, Mar. No, about the sound. Everybody's looking is hearing me okay? Uh, Jim is saying I use acrylic for the background initially as it dries so fast and easy and quick to change. When I'm happy, then I use oils. Yeah, that's pretty good. Hello, there's a name. I don't know how to pronounce. Hello, Sylvia. Okay, that's good. Uh, Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see if I add more saturation to the shadow here. A little bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna concentrate the light there, just there. Okay. Now what about a highlight or light here? Make it a little bit yellowish, little bit. Okay. Yeah. Step it back. Well, I like it. Okay, I'm going to darken up the background. I want to see this light here glowing a little bit more, but I want to see, because of the light here, I want to see how much light I can just add to the face. If what I'm thinking is if I exaggerate the light more on the face. Okay, I'm gonna just raw umber. Wow, that's too dark. Let's see. I have an idea here, and at the same time, I think maybe I can use some pure yellow here and you know this. Okay. Now maybe that's gonna kind of put me in the position to add some light here. I'm not sure about this. You know, if I add more light here, at the same time, maybe I'm gonna need to put some details on the eye. I don't see that much on that area. Okay, but I like this idea about having this reflected yellowish light. got more shadow there. I can use this, and at the same time, touch of orange here. No, I don't want to leave that just with pure yellow. Okay, and I can use a palette knife and make this really thick, and this way I see how much this is glowing. Here and here. Maybe a little bit of orange. Oh no. No orange. Just yellow. Okay, let's see. I need to step back and check out. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think this light is okay. The light here, but this one, yeah, that's for some reason light is just too much. Okay. There. No more raw umber. I need to knock down the highlight on the hair. Okay, maybe I'm gonna just use a palette knife. Oops. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. Yeah, I think that's better. I need more shadow here. Yeah. Let's soften here the edge to create some movement. When with something that is kind of blurry like this, that creates the illusion of some movement. Okay, if we have a sharp edge, really sharp edge, that's gonna create the illusion that is something pretty static without any movement. Now, the thing is trying to find the right, balance between soft and sharp edges. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay. John, I say I like the light, the yellow light. Sylvie, what do you think about seeing white? Yeah. You know, I'm not a painter that goes that much about specific colors or the quality of the paint. Yeah, I mean, I should for sure. I should be more professional in that aspect. I should be looking for nice, amazing color. I got a selection of some colors that I think are pretty good for me, you know. But at the same time, I just think not that much, and I kind of prefer, let's say, I don't know how to put this. Let's say use color theory to get away with color instead of, you know, like I don't know. To be honest, I don't know how to explain that. And for sure, I think that I should be by now going to the store and buying some pretty nice, expensive tubes of oil paint and try them, out, because definitely quality is something. It's not like, no, I'm not saying that. No, I got used to this. I got used to, like, I don't even know why. I got used to just to work with some always a simple palette, and that's it. And for sure that what I always want is, I mean, at least as much as possible, try to apply color theory rules. Okay. And I think that is the more important thing, more than having an amazing color. Why? Because a lot of about color is basically an optical illusion. Okay, and study simultaneous contrast, and you're gonna realize how much, of this colorful world we don't see, or we think we see, and and you are gonna realize that we are not able to judge a color alone, and that's gonna be pretty difficult to try even to get away from it. This is my point of view, with a painting, trying to match specifically every area. Okay. And the amazing thing about colors is the opportunity that we have to do things like this, at something, exaggerate something. That opportunity that we have to change a photograph, even that little bit, is just precious. It's just amazing for me. And at the same time, I gotta say that it's not like I want all the time. Sometimes I just wanna copy a photograph exactly the way what I see, because I love the photograph. I tend to do things like this when I see the opportunity, and it's not like I'm inventing this. I just using what I see on the photograph and enhancing that, exaggerating that. It's light, shadows, midtones, color, all of that. Okay. Okay, Dennis is asking me about this eye. I don't see that much on the photograph. I'm gonna try to paint and insinuate a little bit. Yeah. Let's see what we can do here. No, this thing about colors is something that I learned when I was pretty young, but I wasn't able to control it until maybe 20 years later. I learned about that, I remember, because I went to a museum that's pretty close to my house, like 10 minutes just walking. And I remember I tried to copy a painting. I was in my maybe 20s, or maybe less than 20. I don't remember perfectly. But the thing is, like, I remember a specific color, yellow. yellowish yellow in the painting. It was pretty bright. It was amazing. You know, it's a painting that it has like 100 years old, and the yellow is just pretty bright. And I was so focused on the yellow that I went to my home. I tried to copy that and trying to. I got an image, you know, because that was a famous painter, and I tried to copy as much as possible, and I wasn't able to get it. Yeah, and I didn't know I added one more paint, less paint, one yellow, the other yellow. I mixed two, three yellows, uh, and I wasn't able to get that color. And what I thought is, okay, you know, it's just the brand of the paint. I don't have the brand. My oil paints are pretty cheap. I'm not gonna be able to get those colors. Okay? But the thing is, like, I learned that, hey, you don't have to pay attention to this color here. What is making this color here glow is the colors that are around. It's not just about this color alone. And it was like, for me, it was just like, I didn't see around. I was just watching, you know, that area. And I wanted to get that yellowish, the yellow, make the yellow glow. And then when I started to practice, I got that yellow. When I got the yellow like that, when I surround that yellow with purple. Okay, I surround that yellow with purple and make a yellow glow amazingly. And that's contrast. Okay, that's color theory, and that's what we call simultaneous contrast. And I learned that in the School of Art. And I learned that it's not about, you know, the color, it's not about the brand, it's about how you play with those colors, how you put one color next to each other, how you create contrast, how you add more contrast. Yeah. And the thing I wasn't able to control, I mean, even today, sometimes, well, I mean, most than few times I struggle, you know, trying to, like right now I'm thinking, hey, this yellow, I want to make it glow more. What I need next to that yellow, I need purple, this purple here. And I'm thinking, hey, I need to, you know, squeeze some of this purple here. Yeah? And maybe make it more colorful a little bit here too. Okay. And what about this red, to make it more red? Hey, what's the opposite of red? Green. Yeah, I can do the same, you know, green and red. I forget to recommend the book that I've been recommending every video. No, I forget to recommend in some of the videos. It's the Color Theory by Johannes Itten. That's pretty nice. Is that this? I got a PDF. You know, there is a PDF, a free PDF on the internet. But it's just a smaller version of the original book. It's pretty helpful. But you gotta be prepared to read that book maybe more than once. I have read that book like 5 times, and I think it's time for me to read it again. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. That we kind of need to go over the same information again and again. Looks like our visual memory is just too weak. It's not like learning to ride the bicycle that we learn once and that's it. No, we gotta go over the same again and again. One thing that what I thought about not painting this image today was about this eye. I thought I'm gonna struggle with that eye. Definitely gonna have some problems with this eye. Yeah, that was for sure. And now here I'm thinking, me, I'm gonna add some details. I wanna see the eye, but I know that's impossible. Do you hear that sound? Like some voices at the background? I just wanna know if you can hear it then, because that's a TV. My neighbor is watching TV, and the volume is pretty high, and I just wanted to know if it's that loud. Okay, let's add some highlights on the mouth. Okay, Jim is saying zinc white is a mixing white. It is good when you need to mix a lot of one color, as it allows you to add a lot of without flattening the color. Okay, Garu is saying there appears to be a slightly bit of light under the left eyebrow, which helps to make the eye more complete. Okay, thank you. Mr. Herb Jones saying greetings to you, sir, and just tuning in and wanted to ask you. Okay. Dennis saying I think you should make the cheek bigger, then see for the chin, maybe thicker. I think okay. Let me think. I think you should make the cheek bigger and see for the chin. Okay. I'm gonna check out. Okay. I always trust on Dennis. He has proved that he has a keen eye. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the angle. Yeah, you're right about that, Dennis. I noticed that the angle. Another thing that I think I made a mistake is the angle of the eye. Mm-hmm. Do you want me to use Photoshop to check out the painting? You know that I've been doing that on the last videos. checking out little things here, little things there. No, right now I'm going all over the face. I try to keep an order always about moving from the eyes. I think you all have noticed that, move from the eyes to the nose to the mouth, and then I move back up again. Yeah. At some point, I just jump over the face, all over the face. I work a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. Okay, more shadow here. Okay. Okay. Now the nose. See more light here on the nose. See a little bit of a highlight on the nose, on the here in this area. Light here, light here. With the highlight tip of the nose. Yep. Okay, let's make. Okay, this has to be a little bit darker. Here and here. Okay. Yeah, the nose here. Another thing I'm noticing. Using a lot of these tiny brushes here. Okay. Okay, Dennis, Oscar, Dennis, I don't know who you are, but sit back and listen. Okay. Step back, you see she has a round nose. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I see a little bit of light here. Okay, this here. Okay, I'm gonna capture the screen. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to open Photoshop. I'm gonna share my window. I mean, this is not like obviously it's not like I'm trying to show with Photoshop what I do, you know, when using a mirror, and but it's not for like we all need Photoshop to do this. Okay, it's not like that because if we don't have Photoshop, maybe we're not gonna be able to do it. And I have painted so many times, you know, from life, and obviously it's not Photoshop when we paint from life. Okay. Now what I do is this. I'm gonna share my screen. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Okay, here I have the painting. Okay, first thing I recommend, uh, use a mirror. We have this. Okay, without comparing, we check out the painting, check out what is wrong, if we see something is off. Okay, I think my painting is a little bit darker than what I see here. Maybe there, yeah. Then stay there watching on the mirror, okay, a little bit. Then you go back and check out again. Yeah? Now, one thing that we need to use to do is compare, you know, with an image that it has kind of the same size. I don't have too much room here. Oh, the image is not that good, you know, doesn't have a high quality. Yeah, that's not gonna help today. Yeah. Anyway, let's try anyway. Okay, I got the photograph, I got the paint. I can see, you know, a difference on values. My painting has more light. Yeah. The nose a little bit bigger on my painting. I got to soften the edge of the mouth. Or more than that, maybe I need to darken up some lights. Yeah. Or maybe just the photograph that's too bright. Yeah, I think I'm close. Yeah, I can see some mistakes here that when I see the reverse window. Okay, let's continue working. Okay. Yeah. Now, and see one thing that I saw is, for example, the 1 second. I'm gonna move this. Okay. One thing that I think I added too much light to the cheek. Yeah. Now, notice that I'm not saying, hey, the color is not okay, you know, and it's about value. You're gonna realize that you're gonna end up checking out a lot of about values, about the likeness. And at some point you say, hey, who cares about, you know, the color is kind of close, skin color, and that's okay. We don't need more. Okay, first I'm going to soften this area here a little bit. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this color here, a tiny bit on the brush, okay? And with that tiny bit, I'm blending. Again, a tiny bit. I'm blending and darkening up that area a little bit. Okay. An edge here on the mouth. the lower lip. It's not good. Now you must, okay, you have to use a mirror. Now it's a better option. Take a photograph and flip the photograph on your cell phone, but you have to do it. Okay. I know you can see on my painting, but I'm pretty sure that you have seen more mistakes. Now that you have seen the reverse window. Okay. Now I'm gonna repeat that a lot because I've been recommending that like for years to people, and just some people don't trust on that. Just think like, hey, no, I don't need a mirror. We need a mirror. We need to use a mirror, especially if we want to get pretty close with the likeness. But if, let's say that we practice, we're gonna paint, practice, but we don't care about the likeness. Yeah, I mean, for me, that would be enough. The painting, that would be enough. Like, I'm done. I want to, explore more about color, some accents, and that's it. Yeah, but I want to get, closer, as closer as possible to the likeness. I always want. Sometimes I'm not able to do it, but I always want. Sometimes I give up. Yeah, sometimes I give up too, because sometimes it's pretty hard. Sometimes a face is pretty hard. There are faces. There are people that has like a easy, let's say, face, like easy to copy. But there are some expressions that are really difficult to capture. Okay, let's see some comments. The cheek, half the mouth, the bottom lip. Okay. I'm definitely checking out. That was the door. That was my wife. I think she's mad. I mean, I'm saying, do you hear the door? I'm just kidding. You know, the door is having problems. It's kind of difficult. I gotta call somebody to fix the door. Kind of difficult to close it. Okay. You thought it was a Russian bomb. Okay. You're gonna hear that sound a lot on my streams. It's just the door is not working, and anyone that's trying to get into the house just has to slam the door. Since it's a metal door, the sound is pretty, pretty noisy. I'm using a little bit of raw umber with yellow. Have kind of a greenish color. I'm gonna knock down this color here. Okay, I'm gonna read the comments. I'm so concentrated. Okay. Oh, hello, Maggie. Okay. The white of the eye on the left too light. Yeah, this one, huh? Gary's telling me I think the mouth looks great. The original mouth is more flesh tone rather than reddish. Maybe that's why Dennis sees a difference. Okay. Dennis is saying your wife slammed the door because she's bored to see you paint. Oh, that's a question. Yeah, no. Or maybe, Yeah. She knows that I'm painting here. Maybe she's like, hey, I want him to notice that I'm mad. Yeah. Who knows, It could be. No, I'm just kidding, okay? It's just for real, the door is not doing okay. Okay. I'm mixing alizarin crimson with camion red. The touch here. Yep. Doing okay. Yep. I'm gonna add a little bit of this orangey color here. Add a little bit of, saturation to the shadows. Yeah, I think burnt sienna could work pretty good here, the shadows. Let's see if I use that in a second. Okay. Do you think that the eye maybe is tilted different? Or maybe it's the shadow that I gotta move the shadow a little bit up. Could be the shadow here. A nice color is a mixture of alizarin crimson and raw amber. That's a pretty dark, saturated color. It works pretty good on the shadows here. And another thing that I usually do is add more reddish on the upper eyelid here, close to the tear duct. Okay, remember that the upper eyelid is skin in shadow, it's not dark. We see it darker is because of oh, I see something. No, because of the eyelashes. It looks darker. But it's not like the skin is darker. I'm saying that because it's pretty common, sometimes we just paint all this with black, all this all the way from the corner of the eye with black to the tear duct. Okay, remember the tear duct, the color, we have to represent a darker color, a transparent darker color. Yeah. Okay. I'm stepping back. Yeah. Now, I need to. Okay, I need my fan brush again. I'm gonna use a little bit of orange. Let's see if I can make just these two colors here. Orange with this, a little bit of this, yellowish color with this grayish color here. I don't know, I think I'm gonna keep the grayish color. Yeah, not sure, to be honest, not sure now. What I'm sure is I gotta use a lot of black, thick black for here, pure black. Yeah. And for this area, that's another problem, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Okay, a little bit of white here. A little bit of linseed oil, okay, to thin the white. I don't like it. A little bit lighter here. Let's see. Lighter but opaque. You see, there is no yellow here on this color, which is different here because I want this yellowish color here. What if I just lay down some brush strokes? Yeah, there, I think that's okay. Yeah, what do you think? I'm going to use a really soft fan brush here. Gus, the artist, is asking me how do you make the red color skin? Oh, okay. On the chin, what colors do you mix? On the hair, we see white, not yellow here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I choose this color. How to kill a background in 30 seconds. Okay. Let's see. I got this. I got the movement. The color here is kind of, I got some glare on the painting here. Yeah. Oh, about the skin color. Okay. The skin color is orange, raw umber, and white. Yeah, you gotta go back to the beginning of the video. In the beginning, I prepare the base of the skin color, and from there I make some adjustment. I add some reddish variation, like I add more red to that original mixture, okay, and at the same time I add a little bit of green. Okay, what about some highlights here, here, just because I like it, the idea about those highlights. Okay, I'm going to think about color. Uh, not more right here. It goes here. It goes on the nose a little bit here. Oops, that's too much. Okay, a little bit of red here, orange, orange. Okay. Let's see if you know. Sometimes it's just like for example, I'll speak about the hair. I see that's orange, yeah, but no, it's just like I think it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work with orange. No, especially in my painting, making this orangey. Yeah, I want some. I think I need a variety. Speaking about color, since I'm adding more color here and here, and this reflected light, yeah, this kind of bluish light is gonna. I think it works okay. A cool color there. I think it works okay. Okay, one thing that I want to do is some highlight. Okay, let's soften this. Soften here. I can keep this a little bit sharper. This last, a little bit sharp again, a little bit lost here, lost here. Okay. The neck I think is too greenish. A little bit of orange. Just gonna add some color to the neck. Okay. Yep. Now, I was speaking about burnt sienna. You see, burnt sienna is pretty powerful. Okay, I think it's gonna work pretty good here on the shadow with a touch of red here. Okay, yeah. Now, I need to work on some darker areas. I cannot leave this black. Purple is the color for here. It's darker. It works pretty good there. Okay, I don't know if you all can see that color there, but I think it's working pretty good. Adding some blue. Okay. Don't forget to smash the thumbs. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, please hit the like button. Thank you, Oscar. Mm, mm, mm. What else? Yeah, I'm gonna use more raw umber. I need some darker color here. Okay, I need more raw umber. It's a touch here. Can you see a little bit of that? Yeah, that's good. Some red, pure red here. Glycerin crimson. Okay, I think we're getting to the end. Yeah. Mm. More red to the mouth. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Yeah. Oh, I like it. Well, okay, I mean, I see a few things maybe that I should fix, but I know for experience that I'm gonna, I move something and that's gonna keep me moving everything, like here and there, here and there. Now, it's been almost 3 hours. That's a pretty good time for, for painting, the prima painting. Yeah. And maybe I'm gonna retouch a few things. Maybe I won't. It depends. Sometimes I see on the next day. You know, as soon as I saw the painting, I see some mistakes, and I think, oh my God, I should have stayed like 10 more minutes. But anyway, I mean, I know that I got tired, like everybody, you know, after painting 3 hours, and I know that it doesn't matter how much I tried, I'm not gonna be able to see some mistakes. And sometimes it helps when somebody point out a mistake. It's all of a sudden like, oh my God, I see it now. But sometimes even I have people pointing out mistakes, and for me it's like I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know. You know, it's just that means that if that's happening to you, that means that you're tired and you should stop painting and take a rest, because your eyes is usually, you know, you're not gonna be able to see any mistake. Maybe you can continue working on color, because color is different. I think color is different. We can just continue pushing, you know, knocking down the color, adding more light. It depends on what we want. If you notice, I've been doing that for maybe the last 10 or 20 minutes. I've been just working on color, you know, adding this raw umber here, more red, a little bit of red here, raw umber, you know, squeezing some pure saturated colors in some areas, some purple here. Those are colors that maybe we don't see so clearly, some of them, you know, but definitely they are doing something on the painting. Okay, this yellow, definitely it won't glow if the color here it wasn't darker, and this purple here that maybe nobody sees from the screen, this purple here is making this yellow glow. Okay, now we can make the yellow glow even more if I use a different yellow, like chrome yellow, for example. You know, a chrome yellow that would be is a more intense yellow, more than this camion yellow. Camion yellow is kind of an opaque yellow, but since everything is darker here, it works pretty good. Okay. What else? What else? What else I can do? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna check out the neck. Okay. I don't know. I feel that something maybe is not okay on the neck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, something's not okay here. She has more neck. The shoulder is a little bit lower. Okay. What about the mandible? Yeah, the mandible I think is okay. What about edges? What about softer edges? Yeah, I think everything is okay. Yeah. I just darken up my screen. I think it was too bright. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I'm gonna read some comments. Ernest Stevenson saying hello. I've been watching over the month. Okay, thank you, thank you. Jimmy saying I don't think there are mistakes. The painting is a work in progress. Yeah, you're right. Emilio, do you paint on a? Yes, yes, it's a flat surface. It's canvas. All this is a canvas. Even the palette. Even the palette is a canvas. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, and see you next week. Okay? Take care and thank you for being here. Bye.